Hello, and welcome to the Kathleen Spraglin podcast. I am a woman on a mission to gather a cadre of writers, thinkers, and teachers who are transforming the world, one character at a time. And it all starts with one thing, a deep understanding of human motivation, why people do what they do, and the forces that drive them. To gain that understanding, I am mining the intersection of psychology, theology, and philosophy to make you a better writer. This is episode 65, Loyalty as the Driver of a Subplot. What is lost when loyalty is abandoned? We are in the second week of our cycle, playing with the concept of joining what will ultimately be three character traits together to produce a single story. And we began with taking a look at magnificence as the driver of our plot. Now this phase, we're looking at loyalty as the driver of a subplot. And today, we're looking at the concept of loss. What is lost when loyalty is abandoned? And to make this clear, it would help a great deal to be thinking about the different levels of awareness. We haven't talked about them in a while, but as you'll recall, there are levels of consciousness in human behavior. The individual who is struggling with the question of loyalty has loyalty in the zone of awareness, what we call the rudder zone. And that's the only place where conscious, thoughtful decisions are made where it could go either way. And that's kind of what we've been focusing on as the driver of plot and subplot. Because the rudder, as the word implies, is that which steers a boat, and therefore it's what steers the direction of our character's life. The trajectory of our story is driven by our key characters' choices that are made with character traits that are in that zone of struggle. So if we think of someone debating giving up loyalty, what do they lose? What do they lose if they abandon loyalty? And the answer to that one can be seen in this color green. It's symbolized by this color green. All of the character traits that we've been characterizing using that color scheme are empathy traits. And empathy character traits are about a relationship with others. So when loyalty is abandoned, and in fact when any empathy trait is abandoned, what is lost or in danger of being lost or damaged, destroyed or injured is always the relationship. And this is extremely clear where loyalty is concerned. And the closer the individual is to the one being betrayed, because really abandoning loyalty is betrayal, the closer that relationship, the more the higher the scale of loyalty. At the very lowest scale, it can be seen simply as the act of not honoring one's position in line. There's a strange sort of loyalty, but there are many different types of loyalties as relationships become more and more tenuous. There's family loyalty, loyalty towards friends, a sense of loyalty to one's classmates in a school situation, one's audience members in a concert hall, and ultimately even to such just very short-lived relationships as one's position while waiting in a line. And they all can have the potential of having a disloyal act be made. Now, if it's going to be the driver of a subplot, it's probably a fairly important sense of loyalty. And the question that we're going to want to explore in this is, of course, the goal is what will our reader feel? What will our reader experience? And as always, as we talk about these character traits and our mechanism of transferring emotions, we always want to set the situation and then surround it with a few words that are neutral, they're descriptive, they give the reader permission to bring their own emotions into the situation, and then we sketch out the emotions of the character very lightly, because in point of fact, our reader will be able to pick up on those lightly sketched emotions, will merge them with their own emotions, and create a far richer emotional experience than we could possibly create if we accurately conveyed every emotion we had in mind when we created our character. So be thinking about this, because where the loss comes in as is it going to be lost? This is in the development stage of the subplot, when the chips are down, the test is being made. Will the lost state happen? Will the character abandon loyalty? So I invite you to play with that today, and we'll come back tomorrow and for the next phase in dealing with loyalty as driver of subplot. Bye-bye.